Alright, this video is going to be made for a buddy of mine who kind of wants to get into poker, but doesn't want to spend a ton of money and wants to learn the rules. And it's really hard to find like $5, $10 poker games. If you can find somebody who's running a game, they're usually running it for more money than that, and it's hard to put together a real low stakes beginner game. So I suggested if he really just wants to learn poker, just go on Global Poker and play. Put like 50 bucks on there and play. So this video is kind of for him. Not sure if I'll upload it or send it to him or not, but anyway, we're just gonna go over Global Poker. I'll sit down and play a little bit and then just talk about the decisions I'm making and why I'm making them a little bit at just a basic level. I don't play online poker much at all, so this is not like an online poker tutorial of how to be good at online poker. This is more designed just to for somebody who's really never played or doesn't even really know hand rankings very well and stuff like that, where they could go and play. If you go to the free sites, you can technically play, but it's going to teach you a lot of really bad habits because people don't play properly on free sites. And it's so improper to an extent that it's I think would be detrimental to your game. So there has to be a wager, just by the nature of the game. It doesn't have to be a lot, but there needs to be something to lose, or the game just doesn't really work out. So let's jump in and show you Global Poker real quick and how to jump into a game. So first thing you want to do, one thing to note is online poker is illegal in most states. However, Global Poker uses the sweepstakes laws to make a legal form of online gambling where you can put in real money and cash out real money, and it's totally legal, and you won't get in any trouble for it. They'll work with your bank. It's pretty easy to put money on the website. It's a little bit harder to get money off, so just something to be aware of. Sometimes there's minimums, like you might not be able to cash out less than $50 or something like that, and they have to verify your identity and everything. So it's easy to throw money on, but once you want to take it off, it is a process. They will give it to you. It's not a scam. You just have to verify your identity, and it takes a few days, and eventually they'll send the money to your account. So I don't have a ton of money on here. I haven't played on here for probably almost a year. But just real quick, these gold coins, GC up here, those are your play money coins. They don't mean anything. They're not worth anything. Right now we're in the gold coin section of the website, and so any of these games are not real. They're just play money, gold coin money. If you switch over to SC, stands for sweeps coins. This is real money. So one sweeps coin is worth $1 US. You can buy 50 sweeps coins for $50 US. You can redeem your sweepstakes prize of 50 sweeps coins for $50 US. So that's kind of how they get away with it. So just real quick, I recommend for a beginner. So right now we're into the sweeps coins. Now we're in real money. I recommend that you actually play in sit and go style tournaments. We're gonna go on here and see if we can get in one. And tournaments in general, it's a lot more poker for your money. These 5-cent, 10-cent cash games are pretty good too, but you can actually blow through 50 bucks worth of money in a 5-cent, 10-cent game faster than you might think. So cash games are a little bit, they're kind of dangerous for a beginning player. They're also kind of tough because even if you get lucky and kind of win, you're probably not going to win a ton. Whereas in a tournament, with the blinds going up quickly, that kind of benefits luck more than skill a little bit, and the payouts are a little bit higher. So you might buy into a $5 tournament and win 20, 30 bucks and be like, oh, hey, that wasn't so hard, So I kind of recommend sit and goes for beginners. That might not be for everybody, but that's what I'd say. So you can come in here, and what's up here is a filter. So you can just kind of filter out what you want to see. So we're just going to look at low buy-ins. You can go micro, low stakes, medium, high. Right now we're looking at cash games, which is not a tournament. A ring game or a cash game is where just sit down and you with a certain amount of money and you play, and at some point you get up and leave, and however much money you have at that point you leave with. Tournaments are a little bit different, whereas you buy in for a certain amount and then you play till one person has all the chips. And usually, like in a 9 or 10 handed game, usually like 2 or 3 people are going to make money. The top 3 places pay out, so it's like a tournament style with payouts at the end. A lot more play for your bucks. So here you can see there's quite a few games going right now in the 5-cent, 10-cent cash games. 5 cent being the small blind, 10-cent being the big blind. So these will usually have like a $10 buy-in. It's kind of your standard 100 big blind buy-in. The different games: Hold'em, Omaha, Crazy Pineapple. We'll just stick with simple Hold'em. You can play no limit, pot limit, or fixed limit. I'd stick with no limit. It's hard to find actually. Like pot limit Hold'em is really rare. Fixed limit Hold'em, you're not going to find a game. You can see there's just nothing on here for that. But so I'd stick with no limit. We're going to stick with micro. So if we want to join one of these cash games, we just open it up, and we could sit in this open seat and just start playing poker. Honestly, I think the best way to learn poker really is to play with friends for $5, $10 tournament buy-ins, make it a night, have some fun. That's the best form, in my opinion, of poker, where it's fun. Playing online is not really that fun for a lot of people, so you can learn the rules this way and you can kind of play it, but I don't think it's a really good representation of like playing poker with your friends. So sit and goes. So let's see if we can get into a sit and go. The harder part about sit and goes and tournaments is you have to adhere to their schedule. You have to buy in. You can't just get up and leave. If you get up and leave, you're just going to lose. Your money's just going to go away. You have to play it to the end. And they don't always start when you want to start. They don't always end when you want to end. So that's one downside. But let's just see what they have. I haven't played a sit and go in here probably in 5 years. So right now we're looking at Hold'em, no limit, micro stakes, sit and goes. Difference between a sit and go and a tournament: a sit and go is like typically a one table group of people, 6 to 10 players. They'll sit down, they all buy in for X amount of money, and they play until somebody has it all. A tournament is usually what you call like a multi-table tournament, an MTT. That means it could be a buy-in of 20 people to 2,000 people. Again, all playing down to the very end. So it's kind of important to know what you're signing up for if you're a brand new player, and how much you're signing up to play for. So sit and goes is my definite recommendation for someone just learning to play poker. It's the best way for you to actually cash and get lucky and kind of win a game or win some money as a new player. So right now, just looking at this for the first time live here, we have some sit and goes here. We have a $2.20 sit and go. It's really a $2 buy-in. 20 cents is the rake to the house. It's a 6 max, meaning only 6 people will play, and you can see one person's registered and they're waiting for 5 more people to register. If we select it, we can figure out what kind of game is this. There's a lot of different types of poker structures and everything. You see this one guy is registered. It looks like payouts is pretty important. It doesn't show the payouts, which is interesting, but typically in a 6-person, the top 2 people are going to pay out. Let's see, blinds. This is the blind structure, so the duration is only 3 minutes. So every 3 minutes, the blind is going to go up. So that's like a hyper turbo. That's like a very fast, blind structure. Like this will go quick. It'll be over fast. Tables is just the one. That's weird. It doesn't show payouts. On a sit and go, usually it's going to tell you like, hey, top 2 make it. So it's kind of weird. But you can see the $2 sweeps coin buy-in with the 20-cent fee. That one player already left. So it's kind of hard to find sit and goes. Oh, this one, this 214 has 4 people. It's a hyper turbo. So again, this is going to have a really quick structure. Blinds are 3 minutes. Payouts, if you win the whole thing, you're going to win $7.8. And it's full now, and it's starting. So we could actually go watch this tournament if we wanted to. But yeah, these guys jumped in. They only get a $500 starting stack, so it's designed to be over pretty quick. Again, top 2 players pan out. So if you can get to second place, you're going to double your money, essentially. If you get to third place, you're going to get more than that, almost quadruple your money, really. You're in for 2, you almost win 8. So should we try and play one? That's one reason I don't play a lot of sit and goes, is they all are turbos and really fast structures, and I don't love turbos and fast structures, but that's all anybody likes online, so that's all you get. Just means you're going to play less, and the game's going to be over quicker, and luck is a huge factor. You have to run good, or you're not gonna make it. So I'm not a good turbo player, but it looks like I can remember now, just as I'm looking at this live, I remember why I stopped playing sit and goes. There's no such thing as a normal structure anymore. Hyper turbo. Turbo, jumpstart turbo, hyper turbo, turbo. That's all any of these fucking gamblers want to play, because they don't want to waste a bunch of time. They just want to either win or not win, and they should really just be going and putting their money on black. Really. That's my opinion. So this one here is a sit and go, but it technically has 18 players. So 9 people have signed up out of 18. This would be like a multi-table sit and go. Let's see what they got on tournaments. You got to be careful buying into these because they can go forever. But here's like a $100 free roll. 170 people have registered for this. It starts in 43 minutes. Some of these are, a lot more longer. Like these tournaments can go a long time, and it's kind of a grind. So again, if we could just find one sit and go with a normal structure, let's try this. Do I have it? Let's register for this really quick. It tells you have 150 bucks in your account. The buy-in is $1. This is a $1 sit and go. Let's try it. We successfully registered for the tournament. So our name should show up here. Hopefully. There we are. And we need 3 more people to sign up. The blinds go up every 8 minutes, so it's not a hyper, it's not a turbo, it's going to be like a standard blind structure. This game played to the end will probably go 45 minutes or something like that. So we'll see payouts. I like 9-handed sit and goes, top 3 payout, but I didn't see any of them as an option. So we're in for $1. If we can grind this thing out, we'll win, basically a profit of $3. We'll win $4. Just 2 more people, and then we'll be in. We're just gonna play this out and see how it goes. It's kind of fun. Like I was getting to the point where it's just like multi-table grinding cash, like playing like 4 to 8 tables at a time, and it just really lost. It lost all of its fun to me online. But yeah, just kind of sitting down and focusing on $1 tournament just seems kind of fun to me. Like, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna really deep dive into this $1 tournament. We're gonna treat it like it's $1,000. We want to win. Still need 2 more people to sign up. Oop, only 1 more. So this would be a really good thing to do if you were a brand new player. You're investing $1 and you're gonna get to play an entire tournament for $1. And if you win, you're gonna win. You can turn that $1 into 4. You just 4x'd your money. So you could really put 50 bucks on here and play 50 of these things. You know what I mean? And get a ton of play in. Like I was saying to my buddy though, if you don't get any value out of just playing poker, like if you really are just starting to learn just to make money, it might be tough, because it's tough to make money in poker and beat the rake and beat the other players and beat the odds and you know, study and play and get really good. And if you don't like it, if there isn't something about the game that draws you to it naturally, pop-up block. Don't block my pop-ups. That's probably the game. Because we have all 6. So I'm a little worried that this thing just blocked the pop-up to play the game. Go to table. This isn't how the cash games work. They don't do a pop-up that gets blocked. Come on. Let's play. I'm in it. I'm in the game. Let's play it. It says it's running and I can't go to it. That sucks. Really? I said I said take me to the table. I said allow the fucking pop-up. Why isn't it doing it? You gotta be kidding me. Well, now I'm not gonna recommend this site if it's gonna be shit. Are you serious? Are you serious? So I'm in a fucking sit-and-go tournament. It's not going to play. Okay, good lord. Okay, we're in. Good lord, what a nightmare that was. I don't know what happened there, guys. That was stressing me out. But somehow we were able to get in. I refreshed and it let me in. Looks like we started as the blind and we just lost both blind hands. Of course, I'm going to have to start at the blind by not being in the game. It's already down. I don't know why the game was so loud. That's crazy. All right, let's talk really basic, you know, high-level poker. When I say high-level, I don't mean really good poker. I'm actually meaning broadly speaking. You're a new player. You kind of know the rules. You kind of want to start playing. That's what this video is for. We'll just talk basics of hand strength, why we're doing what we're doing, and see how it goes. We might take some notes on some players. We should at least get a decent idea of how certain players are playing and where they are. The chances of any like great players being here. So we got Ace-9 versus King-Queen. Those are both pretty good starting hands. We are 6-handed, so we can play a little bit looser. This guy's raising. We're going to fold the 10-8 offsuit. The less players at the table, the more hands you should play. If you're playing 9-10-handed, you should be playing pretty tight, which makes sense. Only one hand wins, and if there's 9 people there, there's only a 1 in 9% chance that you're going to get dealt the best hands. So you probably should only be playing about 10% of hands. That's an oversimplification, but just to kind of get you thinking the right way about poker, you know, you're gonna only get dealt the best hand 10% of the time, roughly. So here, 6-handed, you know, 1 in 6 times we should get dealt the best hand. So what that means is there's a ton of folding in poker. And you've got to get out of your mind that folding is giving up or that folding is letting them win. That's not right. Good players fold a ton, and a good fold is just as important, if not more important, than getting good value out of your good hands. It's super important that you fold when you should fold. We can turn on chat over here. Oh, you can't see it because my picture's in the way. We can turn on chat and we can talk to the other players in here. That's kind of rare. People don't do that too often. But we can come in here and say, "Hi, everybody." and learn how to spell everybody. I don't think there's an N in everybody. And we can try and engage, and usually these get really nasty and people get really mean right away, but that's alright. We fold the queen deuce. Ultimately, you're going to want big cards, right? A pair of kings is better than a pair of queens, so the bigger your cards are, kind of, the better they perform in terms of pairs. Kind of want your cards close together, and you usually want them suited, and starting out with a pair is pretty good, but we got an under the gun limp. What we call limping is where he just calls the minimum bet. We have a raise, a fold, a call. Might be able to call here, but our hand's not very good. These players have all shown that, like, they kind of want to play the hand, and then we're also going to be out of position, meaning that we're going to have to make our decision before these two players every time. And position's a big deal, so the button's here, small blind, big blind, and the action always goes clockwise around the table, and action meaning the betting, who bets first. And you always want to, if you can, have position. Of course, you can't always have position, but you can play a little bit lighter in position, meaning you can play a little bit more hands if you have position. If you're not going to be in position, your hands need to be, he had a set of kings. Your hands need to be a little bit better. Jack 8, this is a hand I would play suited. Again, I'll be out of position. I'm in the small blind. I'll be out of position to every player here if I call. So this guy's shown interest. He's raised. We're just going to fold. You can see all clubs. So if somebody has two clubs, they got a flush. Queen 10. Most likely somebody just has like a queen. Queen 10 9. You know, any jack is a straight. He checks, and ace 10, king, queen. So that's what he had, was the queen. King jack, two big cards. It's not horrible. We would like it to be suited, but we are on the button, so we'll have position against all players. Nobody's shown interest, so we're going to raise it up here. It's the first hand we've played. And we get a fold and a call. I think we have to bet this a lot of the time. With the ace there, if he doesn't have an ace, he kind of has to fold. If he calls or raises, we're in trouble, but we do have a jack, we have middle pair. He does call. Might be calling us a flush draw or a weak ace. I think we put in another bet. And he insta-calls, and now he pretty much shoves, and we just have to fold. With him calling there, it's like, okay, he's got something, and then just the shove. It's like, yeah, we can't beat anything. So far, this Ray Lewis has definitely been the most active player, raising and playing pretty much every hand we've seen so far. Deuce 6, he's playing Deuce 6. Now we've got Deuce 6. So it's something we're aware of, is that he's an action player. His hand should be pretty weak because he limped the button instead of raising, trying to get these blinds. These guys just defended their blinds. This is called the small blind and checked. So not a lot of aces in their ranges, but seen crazier things. He calls a bet. He's kind of probably might have a 4 or some weird little straight draw with like a 6-5 maybe. He's betting. He's acting pretty strong here. He called again, so this guy just doesn't fold. And 9 deuce, yeah, he had shit. But he did hit the 9 there. 7-8's a good hand. Under the gun, so first to act and not suited, is a hand that I'm going to fold. But I mean, 7-8's not a great hand, but when it's suited in the right position, it's a great hand. Under the gun, not suited, it's dangerous. Games play really fast, so it's hard for me to like get into exactly why I'm doing everything I'm doing. Just trying to help like a very beginner player, but Trying to pay attention to the table too, see who's doing what. I don't think Ray Lewis has not seen a turn yet. I think he's gone on the Turner River every hand. He called that flop with 9 deuce with nothing. And then he's just kind of getting lucky. So he's got a bunch of money. He's in all the hands, but he's definitely not a good player. We're in the big blind here. It's the first time we've seen him fold. I mean, he folds around. We had a limp under the gun. And we get to see a free flop with ace-5. Flop top pair, it's just pretty good. I think we can just bet it. Pretty big bet, charging like any 10 or any straight draws. They shouldn't have like bigger aces than us, but with him shoving, it means that we're not good anymore. They typically shouldn't have a bigger ace than us, but the check shove is really dangerous. He's not doing it with less than an ace. There's just no reason for him to do that. We're kind of a short stack here. It's not really feeling like we're gonna win a hand. That's one thing. That's one reason that I do recommend these games, because if you can just run good for like 10 hands, you're just gonna win it. You're just gonna win it. We're just checking our hand that has nothing here against 2 players. We're out of position. Like we're never bluffing here. There's not much money in the pot. We're just done. King Queen on the button. This might be our last hand here. We've got action player here. So we're gonna raise it. Just hope to hit a king or a queen and probably have to get it in. Just starting to run low on money here. If he shoves or raises, we'll just go all in. We get a call from here. Flop top pair, 3-handed. It's checked around to us. Let's put out another bet. And I gotta get used to tournament bet sizes. I'm a cash guy, so my bet sizes are bigger because cash games play a lot bigger compared to your big blinds. And I forget tournaments play a little smaller, and I'm just adjusting to that. So again, this is my first sit and go in a very, very long time. Starting to get an idea of how people are playing, kind of where we're sitting, and 6-handed tournaments is kind of tough. The blinds come around a lot. You have to make some moves. You can't really be super patient. Patience is key in poker, but 6-handed tournament, you can't be too patient. What I mean by that is less people means the blinds are coming around and hitting you more often. The blinds are big, right? The blinds are like 5–10% of your stack. So at this point, so it's like you can't just sit there and wait for really good cards, or you're just gonna go out. Really, it's still anybody's game here, so that's a big bet. This is a big pot here. Some big hands, probably pretty much putting him all in, but not quite. Kid Bono hasn't been super active. He's acting like he might have a draw, and he folds. Suited hands are really important, especially in cash games, deep stack cash games. Deep stack meaning you have a lot of money compared to the blinds. That's the opposite of what we're doing here. This is a tournament, playing short stack. You don't have very much money at all compared to the blinds, so we gotta be careful. I said hi to everybody. Nobody said anything. We can come in here, and at some point we can go in and actually look at see when the blinds are going up, but Pocket deuces. So I said pairs are good to start with, but that's a really small pair. We really want to hit another deuce and get a set. Kind of hoping we can see this one for free. This is actually kind of a tight spot here. We might win an all-in, but we're going to fold. Yeah, we were ahead of Queen 10 and Ace 10. Barely ahead. And we would have actually won that pot, because neither of them hit their Queen or 10 or their Ace, and our twos would have actually won. But if he has to have exactly that kind of hand, and the guy to my left has to have exactly that kind of hand for that twos to hold up there. And then they have to miss. All 5 cards can't hit them. So, you know, I kind of wanted to call there a little bit, but the Queen 10 goes out, and we're one closer to the money. We haven't really won a hand. We played one, or played a couple hands, but haven't really won anything. I think we won one hand. Button with an offsuited queen. It's kind of a tough spot with this guy being in the big blind and we're in the button. He's super sticky, so we can't really like raise button a lot and just try and take it down, because he's a big stack and he's got a VPIP of probably like 80. He insta calls a lot on the turn, so he's just calling down here. It's $2,000 in the pot. 10, 7, 3, 4. Just insta calls with that bottom pair. Definitely sticky. Kind of sucks to see him going. We're gonna raise this up, trying to get Ray Lewis all in here. This guy taking his time on this one. We're the shortest stack at the table other than Ray. Jack 10 suited's good. I actually probably shouldn't have raised it, but I know if I call, he's going all in anyway. So I figure I'll just show some strength, because I'm going to have to put in this much money anyway. I don't want to fold Jack 10 suited. It's a good hand. Alright, why? We don't hit it. Wow, really? Yeah, we just have to fold, guys. We can't call. This guy wants to go for it all. It's a big pot. Here it is. Wow, we were way behind everybody. All set of 9s. The 10-4. 2 players gone just like that. We're a short stack. We're 3-handed. Next player out is the bubble boy. Looks like it's probably going to be us. Meaning the next person out doesn't make any money, but the top 2 make money. So really bad players for the most part, but we just haven't been able to put anything together here. Pocket 8s, we're going all in on this hand for sure. We're hoping to double up. Ace, queen, no ace, no queen. No ace, no queen, no diamond. I think we got it, guys. Take it. Doubled up, back in the game. Suited king and the small blind will probably raise if he folds. He raises. We're gonna be out of position. Let's just get out of the way. We would have hit a top 2 pair. That would have been another double up for us probably. The king 5. 3-handed. We're going to be playing really quite loose. I mean, we are still the short stack. We don't even have more than original buy-in. We're really just hoping to see these 2 guys fight it out and make the money, but it's probably not super likely. we would have hit another flop. 5-4 off on the button is probably a hand we could have raised. We just don't have a ton of money. Non-suited weak king. It's kind of a tough spot. I was going to say he should raise me here with how much more money he has than me, but we'll take the free flop. We hit a 6. I definitely think we can bet here. And if he doesn't have like a diamond or a 7 or something, it's hard for him to call. He wants to re-raise. Oh shit. Yeah, we want to get it all in here. Just charge an ace or a 7 here. And so we have trip 6s, right? So we're just really hoping he has an ace or a 7, pocket 10s or something. If he's got a flush, we're beat. There's nothing we can do about it. But yeah, we've got some value there. We're not the short stack anymore. That's good. Yeah, we get out of the way. 10-4 is a bad hand. Again, as the game gets smaller and smaller, you play looser and looser. Ace 10 on the button. We're definitely raising that up. We get a call and a fold. We hit the ace. Do we slow play or do we just go for it? I think we just go for it. Try and get value out of a flush draw or a straight draw or a worse ace or a queen. A lot of hands that would call there that we beat. He should be raising me here a lot of the time. But our hand's really bad. We'll just let it go. He should be raising here a lot of the time. We'll just limp with this really bad hand. We can't really represent these big cards because we limped, so we're kind of in trouble here. We kind of just have to check fold. With the 2-9, like, we didn't play that one very good. Again, really hoping to see these two guys battle it out and make the money, but we really want first place, right? We don't just want the 90 cents for second place, but we do want to cash here. Oh, aces versus ace 5. This could be it. All right, we're in the money. Heads up, buddy. Let's take it down. He's got a 4-1 chip lead on us. He should be raising us here a lot. Heads up, you're going to play really loose. We got a good draw here. We're going to check raise. 7-6, 5-4. Doesn't hit his range very well. We're going to raise it. Hits my range a lot better. He should fold unless he has some amazing hand. But he's probably just got a couple cards that are bigger than that. And so he technically had the best hand, but we're going to take it down. King, queen, we're going to raise this one up for sure. On the button, we want to play larger pots on the button, smaller pots when we're not on the button here. He's raising. This is do I shove or do I call? Any ace. It's such a good hand. I think this is a good spot for us to try and double up. It's such a good hand, heads up. Like we can't. Yeah, there we go. Alright, chipping away at him. 9s, we're running good. I'm going to raise 9s up for sure. I'm going to get this guy mad. Oh, we hit a set. Ace 9, we're going to slow play it. Pretend we're scared of that ace. He's going to pretend he has it. But he doesn't. Come on, have an ace or a jack. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, how much? All of it. He's got an ace, he's calling. Didn't have it. Nine, 8, top pair. Got to hold the top pair here. I'm going to give it a bet. Should be good right now, but we don't know for sure. And, damn. Oh, he's starting to fold the button now. That's beautiful. He's upset. Definitely raise the button here. Bigger pots with the button, smaller pots out of position. That's what we want to do, heads up. Very large raise. Well, no, not really. We made it 3. We'll fold for our first fold, heads up. That's all right. Can't win them all. We got an ace. It's pretty good. Oh, he's folding the button. You almost should never fold the button, heads up. Almost never. He's done it like 3 times. Should be raising a ton. Oh, he keeps getting stuff out of position. Yeah, let's call it. Let's check raise or check call. What do we want to do here? I think we just check call. We represent like a 9 or something. Now we got aces up. A little scared of a flush, but not too scared. Now that sucks. Wow. We turn our top 2 into a fucking bluff. 5 of fucking hearts. Brutal. How do we not lose more there? You had the flush and didn't bet us. Any ace is calling. I think we can represent that we hit this board, even though we did hit the board. It calls us. We just go to value town on this guy. Got top pair still. If you lose a top pair, heads up. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh, we don't love the king. We'll check it. Ace 6, we take it down. See why we didn't like the king? He had an ace. We knew he had a big card. We didn't know if it was an ace or a king or a queen. But 3-2, sure. Stacks are looking pretty even. Keeping this pot small out of position. We don't have anything. We're just going to give up here. We could try and bluff, but he should be able to sniff out a bluff there. Ace, king, raise it up. It's not likely he hit anything. We might slow play this one a little bit. We were hoping he had a jack, and now we're hoping he doesn't. See if he'll pretend to have something. Tiny little bit. Let's just call it. I got a full house. And we're begging. We're really hoping he's got a 7. I don't think he's got a jack. But if we raise, he's only calling us with a jack. So we probably just have to call. Yeah, like if we raise, I think he's folding the 3s. So even though we had a good full house, we got a good hand here. Let's put some pressure. We're only getting called by a better. Yeah, we got a bet. Hits his range a little better than ours, but he doesn't. I don't think he really realizes ranges and stuff. Not quite sure what he called us with. Our hand's still pretty good. We got a draw that he might have already be there, but we kind of block it. Ah, fuck. This is a real decision here. He wants it all. 7-6-5. Is he bluffing? Does this player bluff? He doesn't really seem to bluff. It's his first all in. Feels almost like he has like 2 pair. Let's call it. He was bluffing king 9. We win it. First one we sat down at. Let's just take first place. Why not? $4 profit. Well, no, like $2.90. Anyway, we won first place. You can't ask for better than that. Big old call on the end there. He had king 9 with the 10, 7, 6, 5. He bluffed at the 7, 6, 5 because he has a 9. He's got the 10. He needed an 8. We had 2 of them. A big reason I called there was that I had the 8s. It's not so much that like he's trying to say that he has the straight. The straight needs an 8, right? So that's what blockers are. So one of the big reasons we call there is we have the 2 8s. So there's only 2 left in the whole deck that he's pretending to have one of them. He can have it. He can have 8-4. He can have 9-8. But 9-8 was a flopped straight. 10-9, 8, 7, 6. He didn't really act like he was there on the flop. So he kind of tried to represent something that we blocked really well. So then I was more worried just like about like 10-7 or, but again, he didn't really wake up until the turn. So I'm like, does he have 6-5, 7-5? We lose to those. We lose to any 10. It was a tough call, but the blockers is really it. Like, it's basically the decision I came down to. I couldn't say it all out loud in real time, but it was like, he's repping a straight. Trying to, at least. We block it. Would he go all in with 2 pair? It was really when I hit the click, when I hit call, it was like, I don't know that he would go all in with 7-6 or 6-5. Again, he didn't wake up till the turn, so 10-5, probably not. 6-5 seemed kind of likely, and then it's like, if he has 6-5, he's just going to get called by a straight, and so he's going to bet like, you know, 700-800, 6-5 probably. So the just felt a little bluffy, but he wasn't a really bluffy player, but I probably would have folded if he bet like 900, 700 or something like that. So anyway, we didn't really get to get into too much dynamics of playing poker and getting into the dynamics of what I'm thinking of players and what I'm doing because we're so involved. It's going so fast. 6-handed went down to 3-handed real quick. Then I'm playing 3-handed poker. You're in every hand almost, and I couldn't really break things down. But hopefully this video is helpful for somebody who's thinking about just playing a little bit of poker and on global poker. And I think we're just gonna call it a video for now. All right, see you guys.